Well, despite concerns around a looming debt ceiling deadline, recession fears remain on the minds of consumers. And the timing might not be ideal here for President Biden. Yahoo Finance's Rick Newman joins us now for this week's Bidenomics here. Okay, Rick, take us in.
We talked all week about what's happening with the debt ceiling. I tried to get away from that and look at something else that caught my eye this week, which is what's happening with excess savings. This is something like $2.1 trillion that Americans saved during the COVID pandemic for a couple of reasons. Number one, they just weren't going out and spending money while everyone was locked down. And then stimulus payments helped beef up some bank accounts. So about three-quarters of that has been spent. There's about $500 billion left in that excess savings. And there's some new research from the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco saying they think that money's going to be spent by the end of this year or the very beginning of 2024. And I think that's important because this has served as a really important crutch for people. Inflation has taken more of the family budget. So where are people getting the money? They're getting a lot of that money from excess savings. Just look at what people are paying for cars. $48,000 is the average cost of a new car. You'd think people would be saying, no way, there's no way I'm paying that much. People are paying. They have the money. So what's going to happen when that excess savings is gone? This could be the recession cushion that kind of disappears by the end of this year. Of course, we've had many predictions of a recession. There are still many predictions of a recession. So if that excess savings is one of the things that contributes to a recession once it's gone, timing is bad for President Biden because that would mean recession around the first half of 2024, just as the election is heating up. So something he needs to pay attention to.
And as we were just looking at that chart, it looks like it takes time, quite a bit of time, following recessions for people to build up those excess savings again. Of course, the difference is in 2020 when people were getting payments from the government.
Yeah, and this actually gets to everything the government did to combat the COVID recession. It was more than $5 trillion worth of stimulus money. That is more than double the amount of stimulus money the government put into the economy during the Great Recession in 2008 and 2009. And I think it's going to be a great question for economists and economic historians. Was that the right move? Because we obviously had a lot of inflation that came after that, and probably all that stimulus money contributed to inflation. So kind of an academic question here was whether the government went too far. And I think there's an interesting case that the very last stimulus bill, which was the American Rescue Plan, that is the one President Biden pushed for and ultimately got Democrats to pass in March of 2021. That may have been unnecessary. That may have been one stimulus package too many, but the money's there. And we're going to, it's still boosting spending through the end of this year. So let's see what happens when that extra money is gone.
Thanks, Rick. Appreciate it.